Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking love and marriage, Huntsville. You guys know why you are here. Today we are back, you guys, because it appears people didn't get the memo. It appears Sunni is crashing, you guys, and we need to talk about it. So shout out to Empress Radio, because this is where I saw it. So apparently Sunni has been perusing all the YouTube streets today and the reactions to her live and the reactions to the crash outs on Instagram and the reactions to her interacting on certain content creators' channels, including mine, in the comments and all the things. And so apparently Sunni went to another YouTuber's page, Caramel Rel, and Caramel Rel was live, I guess, and, you know, talking about the live, doing a recap, and I guess Sunni started off in the comments. She started off in the comments basically saying, Moses can speak for himself, y'all not about to Kiki me, and I'm like, whoa, wait a second. First and foremost, we did not get ever confirmation. The autopsy never said that Keke unalived herself. And where is this notion that the show is responsible for what's happened to Keke when the autopsy came out as to the real reason that she passed away? And she had been off the show for months prior, you know, to anything going down. There was nothing about this being an unalive situation. There was nothing about there being an unalive note or any of that notion, right? Now, we saw some people try to put that narrative out there and try to place blame with zero proof, zero receipts, and zero facts, but the autopsy proved otherwise, right? And so now she's saying that Moses can speak for himself and speak for a situation when he gets out. Well, I said that from the beginning. You could have said that Monday or Tuesday, right? And so then I guess eventually the live continues, and eventually Sunni calls up to Caramel Rel's platform to have a conversation. She's defensive once again, basically saying that the insults that she made was not about her fans. She's still getting DMs and comments about the insults that she made from people who actually support her, and said that the digs that she made about people having STDs, getting trains ran on them, and all this other stuff, it wasn't for them, and that it was for the haters. And she was trying to block out the haters, but then kept saying at the same time she doesn't see all the comments. And so Caramel Rel was trying to explain to her, like, you said, you know, do you understand why people are, you know, giving an opinion on this and giving a reaction to this? Because you specifically said in your lives leading up to Saturday that you were going to address everything. And so Sunni was like defensive again, said, I never said I was going to address everything. I'm never going to, you know, in one live be able to tell my entire life story, blah, 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 blah. And then she spills the real, you guys. She spills the real that apparently she got a call on Saturday. She got a call, and she's not trying to get sued by the network and run into legal fees. And my thing is, why would they have taken it to Saturday to give you a call about this? And you've known since Monday or Tuesday, you've been promoting since Monday and Tuesday that you were going to go live on YouTube. The math isn't mathing. If she got this call Monday or Tuesday, which is what I think the truth is, she should have just easily came out with a statement saying Moses can speak on his situation when the time is right or whatever. I'm not going to speak on this. I'm just going to go to my YouTube or whatever else. And now she's trying to, you know, repurpose this all and make it seem as though she is just on YouTube to promote her businesses. And if that was the case, why did you keep incorporating stuff about Moses, stuff about Destiny, and all of these lives and all of these clapbacks and all of these responses? But then when you get called out about it, now all of a sudden it's people just want to see the drama. People just want to focus on the negative. No. You were feeding into the negative, and this is the whole thing. You were in the comments on people's pages as long as they were dragging Destiny. So you're fully aware of how this works. You did not mind when the people were going in on Destiny in defense of you
or in support of you, or basically saying the math isn't mathing, right? And that this looked ridiculous to be fighting over the likes of Moses. You had no problem as long as the shade was not coming towards you. But now that the shade is coming towards you, it's a problem. And now you want to claim bullying and want to say you don't want to end up like Kiki and all these things. And let's keep it clear, right? There was really only one person who had some very disgusting attacks against Kiki and kept going hard and hard and hard and hard and hard. And still no consequences, by the way. In fact, the family has embraced them, right? And then there was another person who made false accusations about why they think Kiki passed away, basically accusing her of unaliving herself. And again, family still supporting them 100%, inviting them to events in Huntsville and all these things, right? So, again, that is really where, the energy needs to be. But it wasn't this thing where it was across the board of all these YouTubers that were bullying and attacking Kiki. That wasn't the case at all. There was really only two people who went too far and did way too much and, completely went below the belt and, exploited all these things for clicks and views, and now are pretending that they're all angels and good people. And the family's rocking with them. Can you make it make sense? But nonetheless, Sunni, why are you inserting yourself? And then you're trying to lie and claim that you don't know the extent of the fan bases when you're a producer on the show. That is one of the main things. If you're spending all the time with the talent, you are fully aware of what it is. You're fully aware of what is taking place. But don't sit here now and play dumb. And then you had the audacity to say that you're getting dragged worse than anybody else in the cast, which is completely and utterly bogus. You haven't been on the show that long. Martel, Destiny, Tisha, now Shanita, everybody's getting dragged. Nobody's exempt. That's the whole thing. Y'all want to play favorites and think this is about, playing favorites or pinning people against each other. No. Everybody on this show has gotten dragged. Nobody has been exempt. Nell has been dragged. Mel has been dragged. Everybody on this show has been dragged. And so I don't understand this thing now all of a sudden that you feel that you're not allowed to get critiqued. Nobody told you to go hard in the paint for a man who is not free. Nobody told you to go hard in the paint for a man who is sitting in jail right now. You blew up your own spot and you didn't have to. And you're up here talking about how far things go and all of these things. Here's the thing. What's so funny is, this is light work. Because I watch a lot of reality TV. I've talked a lot of reality TV. Literally, Love Island has had several people unalive themselves, the UK version, due to bullying and attacking. Like confirmed unaliving because of the bullying and attacking. Currently on Big Brother, current and past seasons, fans have specifically tried to get people fired and tried to get their license revoked. That has not happened up until this point in regards to Love and Marriage Huntsville, as far as actually getting people fired from their jobs. Because if that was the case, most of this cast would not be on the show anymore. So nonetheless, this is light work in comparison to what happens on Big Brother, what happens on Love Island, what happens on the fans of some of these Netflix shows, especially like the Love is Blind show and all those things. Those fans are hardcore and will find out all of your business in seconds. So the fact that it even took this long for, it to be out there that Moses has been in jail since August, you should be having a sigh of relief, Sunni. But none of this would have happened if you continued to put 20 on 10. But you have to admit that you lied to the audience. You lied to the people. You made it seem like you were going to address everything, which includes your husband, who is currently in jail. But if you weren't going to address it, like I said, Monday and Tuesday, I said you had 24 hours or this was going to get out of hand. I specifically said that. I said all you had to do was put out a statement if you weren't going to say anything, which I knew you weren't. and said, listen, Moses can speak on his situation when the time is right. I'm not going to speak on this. I'm just going to focus on my business, right? So please, respect my privacy at this time in regards to that. And then just build up your YouTube channel regarding your business. But no, you wanted to feed into this because it was a trending topic. And you thought that you could give some fluff to the people on your live. And when it didn't go the way that you were hoping, that's when you started insulting the people. But now you're trying to backtrack because you're losing support and trying to still say, well, the people who are my fans and support me know that I'm talking about them. No, they don't. Because you didn't differentiate that, because you were too stressed out and too in your feelings, because it looks silly going this hard in the paint for somebody who is not doing the same in return for you. And it looks even more sillier, this back and forth with Destiny over a man who doesn't even have his freedom. That's where people now have the questions. They're up here defending you. They're up here trying to support you, but the math isn't mathing. People are now questioning your marriage. They're questioning the legality of it. People are now questioning you, and they're showing proof. They're showing receipts of you telling the people one thing and then doing the other. So now people think that you're a liar. So now people think that you're doing clickbait stuff for clicks and views. That's not what supporters want to see. What would have been good for you, Sunni, is to do a live and say, listen, I apologize for my comments about Kiki. I did not mean that. That was too far. That was out of bounds. I was in my feelings. I am upset. Obviously, there is something going on with Moses. I can't discuss it right now. It's going to play out on the show and this and that. However, please thoughts and prayers, for me or whatever, right? And I want to apologize to everybody. I didn't mean the comments that I made. I was upset. I was in my feelings. However, legally, I can't discuss it. But you should have said that from the start. And now I am wondering, when you threatened to say the real reason that Lamh and Destiny got a divorce, and you got a call then, allegedly, or you claim that Destiny called production, if this is along the same type of lines. But don't lie to the fans. That's like the worst thing that you could do. That is the worst thing you can do, and that is the quickest way you can lose support. And then if you're not going to take accountability and say, you know what? I said in my lives I was going to address everything. I said in my lives I was going to address Moses. I apologize that, something happened to where I got a call and legally I am not allowed to discuss it. But Moses, at a later date will be able to discuss his situation or whatever, or I can't discuss things that are going to be on the show. I don't want the network to be after me. But you didn't say any of that until the block got too hot, until the fluff that you were giving the people in your live, the people didn't buy it. And see, all this backtracking, all of these things, it isn't a good look. And then I guess she hung up on Caramel Rel, or claimed later in the comments that she got disconnected. No. The line was fine when you were defensive and trying to, defend why you're being so defensive. But see, you weren't expecting this backlash. You thought that you had the support of anybody who supported Mel or the Millimeters and this and that you were just going to get away with trying to fool the people, and there was not going to be any consequences. No. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. But I refuse to believe that you don't know how YouTube works and you don't know how these fandoms work, because you worked on the show at the height of the Mel and the Tell drama. You worked on the show at the height of the drama with Tisha's mom and the shenanigans she was pulling. So I refuse to believe that you were this unaware. Especially, like I said, when you were in the comments when it was fine, when people were dragging Destiny. But the moment that it's time to hold you accountable, it's an issue. And the thing is, people aren't even, attacking your looks or calling you names or all of these things. They're simply reacting and giving a sound opinion that what you said and did was not adding up. You fooled the people. You bamboozled the people. You led the people astray. And now you're trying to come back around and just make it as though, oh, any type of insult you made was about the haters. No. And now you're trying to make it seem that all these comments are flooding you and all this and that. But you specifically are addressing the comments that were specifically asking about Moses. So now you're trying to flip it. But everybody screen records everything. Everybody screen records every single live of what people say. So you trying to do all this backtracking isn't it, Sunny. Like I said, it was better to keep it cute and keep it mute. It was better not to say anything from the start so that you wouldn't have had these problems. But you really thought that you were going to say anything and get away with it. And obviously you're trying to get monetized on YouTube. Obviously now you're trying to make money on YouTube. But here's the thing. What's so crazy is your view for, you actually doing your business has more views than this mess of a live. But fans, subscribers are not going to take kindly to you flat out lying in their face. And that's the piece that you haven't rectified with the fans that are left right now. You lied to them, Sunny. You did. You told them you were going to address everything on Saturday. You told them you were going to answer everything that they wanted to know. And then you did a complete 180 on the live Saturday. Now, I knew prior to any of this that you weren't going to address anything. And it had nothing to do with the network or anything. I knew you weren't going to address it because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to go this hard for all this time, do all these lives, come for, do this back and forth with Destiny and all these things. Meanwhile, your man's been sitting in jail the past few months. So it looks goofy and ridiculous because obviously Moses hasn't been around. But nonetheless, you cannot get mad at people having a reaction and having an opinion to this. But don't, try to drag all of this other tomfoolery into it. Don't try to play victim. Don't try to drag Keke into this. Don't try to drag all this other stuff into this because everybody on this show, one way or the other, is going to get it if you lie to them. And that is why these channels exist. This is why the content creators exist, because there has been so much lying on the show. But don't lie to us directly as the show's not even on. And you do all of these lives all week leading up to yesterday, leading up to Saturday, where it was going to be this big reveal. And you're like, oh, well, a live is not enough for me to tell my life story. Well, it's not for any of us. But you put that out there. You convinced people to think that you were going to talk about the Moses situation. And all people wanted to know is whether or not he's in prison. Which we obviously know the answer because Moses hasn't been produced since at any point this week, real time. So nonetheless, obviously he doesn't have his freedom, right? But that's not on us. This is the man that you wanted to be with. This is the man you wanted to marry. This is the man that you wanted to go back and forth with Destiny over. But you can't get upset now that his tea is out there and you thought that people were still going to be, having your back and all this and that when you can't even properly give them a correct statement on why they should still support you. And you're still being defensive and insulting the people. So, of course, they're going to feel a certain type of way. Of course, they're not going to be happy with you and all these things. But nonetheless, you got to do better. It wasn't a good look to do all these responses, Sunny, because all it does, it just shows how bothered you are. It shows how stressed you are. It shows how upset you were. And there were people who were rooting for you against their better judgment. Even though they had questions, even though they had issues with the timeline, even though they were Team Nobody. There were people who were rooting for you, and now you have alienated those people. You have pissed those people off. But you can't take it out on the YouTubers. You can't take it out on the trolls. You can't take it out on the haters because you yourself did false advertising. You yourself did the clickbaiting. So you can't be mad at the consequences that people are going to be cool on you now. That's not how this works. And then inserting Keke into this? Oh, no. You can't do that to try to gain sympathy. That is disgusting. So you have to apologize for that as well. We've been trying to give you sound advice this whole time. Like I said, you should have just gave a simple statement and get in front of it on Monday and Tuesday saying that you were not going to address this. Moses can speak for himself at a later date and keep it moving, right? But you liked the attention you were getting. And you thought you could manipulate the people into coming and watching your live, getting the subscribers, getting the views, only for you to insult the people who were there. And claiming one moment you can't see what's going on in the chat, but then now that there's backlash, now all of a sudden there's all this hate in the chat. Right? You can't see the comments. They're going a mile a minute, but you see enough comments to directly address what the comments are saying. So you're aware to some extent of what the narrative is. But see, all of this back and forth, all of this backtracking isn't a good look. Isn't a good look at all. So you need to figure out how you're going to rectify this if you really want to have, something to move forward and thrive with YouTube. And then you keep alluding to spilling tea in the future, basically once you get monetized or once the show airs. But by that point in time, people aren't going to take you seriously because you've already lied to them. And that's the part that you have to own. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.